Welcome to today's glorious mobility and stretching session. We will mobilise your spine, your shoulders and your hips in the most fantastic way possible using the FitBall. Let's get started. Let's start with a nice wide stance, toes rotated out to either side of the room, and the FitBall is going to be in the middle. And to begin with, I just want you to lunge and lean over to the left and just roll the FitBall over to the left. Breathe and come back into the center. Breathe out, coming over to the right. So nice stretching of your inner thighs and a nice way to stretch into your shoulders too as you reach the hands forward and you reach and you breathe. Lovely. Let's do two more. One on each side for two. And one. Come back into the center. Now I want you to come down. So bring your feet together, knees nice and wide. So you're like in a bit of a frog position. There you go. And you're just going to bring both hands on the FitBall. And then if everything feels all right, you're going to step your left foot out to the side. So if the ball wasn't in the way, that's what the position you'd be in. And then just to begin with, you're going to roll the ball over to the right. And then come back over to the center. This time roll it over to the left. Really push the right knee out. Come back into the center. One more on each side. So really opening up those hips, pushing that bent knee quite far back. As long as it doesn't feel painful, just really stretching it. And then let's swap sides. This time the left foot comes in, the right leg stretches out to the side. And you're gonna stretch over to the left. Really push that left knee out and then over to the right. Breathing, stretching, and mobilizing your shoulders and your hips. Come back into the center. Now, I want you to step the left foot out to the side and nice and slowly find your balance. You're going to bring the ball above your heads. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to switch over to the left. And then come back over to the right. Keep pushing that knee out. If it feels too much, I'll show you an alternative. If it feels all right, keep going. If this is too much, then bring your knee down and then sit back down and then come up, bring the knee in, swap sides. Fantastic. Let's do one more on each side and then coming over to the other side. Lovely. Come back in and you're going to bring the ball out in front of you and you're going to come down into a child's pose. So your bum sits down onto your heels. Just let your chest draw down towards the floor. Now, whenever you just let your chest draw down towards the floor. Now you're going to breathe in. On the breath out, you're going to pull up through the belly button. Keep your bum on your heels for the moment and come all the way up into your neutral. Breathe in into your cat. Head leads the way. You roll down through the spine to the furthest point and then you untuck the tailbone, open up into the chest. One more like this and then we're going to change it up a little bit. So you're going to roll through the spine, then you're going to lift up onto your knees and you're going to do your cow position in a higher kneeling position. Then you're going to scoop in into your cat, pull the ball in, and then come back down onto your heels and come back into your neutral. Eye line straight ahead. So you roll down through the spine, and then when you can go no further, you lift up into your high kneeling and go into your cow. And then you keep your hips above your knees. Cat's position, and then you come onto your heels and then you lengthen up into your neutral. Last one. So you roll through your cat, you lift up into your cow, reach those hands away, draw the shoulder blades down and peel up from your lower body, your lower back first, your tailbone all the way up, sit back down and come into your neutral. So that should feel really good. Now we're going to come up into your high kneeling position and you're going to roll the ball in front of you with your left arm and you're going to reach that right hand back. So real energy through the hand going forward and then come all the way back up, swap sides. So the right hand comes forward and the left arm goes back. So a lot of energy in both the arms. Don't forget about the arm that's going behind you. I want you to imagine you're being pulled in two different directions. So someone is in front of you pulling your left hand, and there's another lovely person behind you pulling your right hand. Create that opposition between the two hands. Last one. And breathe and reach. Fantastic. Come back in. Let's step now your right foot out to the side. Let's do some hinges in this position. So your bum shifts back, your arms go forward, and you reach and you push that right foot down into the floor, and then you come up into your high kneeling position. Breathe and shift your weight back. Stretch through that right leg. Push into that right foot. 2 more. Reach, hinge, lengthen through the spine. Imagine someone's pulling your hips back. There are a lot of people hanging out either at the front or the back here. And 1. Come back up. But this time keep your hand down. You're going to go in to your thread the needle with the ball there. So it feels a little bit different from usual because you're starting in a higher position. And you can actively push into the ball with that left hand. But I want your main focus to be the spiraling of the rib cage. The neck is long, so your crown of your head is pushing forwards. It's not chasing the arm around. So you're really reaching that hand away from that foot that's on the floor. Last one. And reach under and come back in. Let's swap sides. So I'm going to swivel around just because I'm right next to the wall. I don't know why I always film right next to the wall, but I do. And then whenever you're ready to begin with, you've got that shifting the weight back, that hinge come down, and then back into that high kneeling position. So really active into that foot that's on the floor and drawing the shoulder blades down, length through the spine. So ideally you're not kind of looking and your head down towards your body. Your eye line is coming straight down with you. So your neck is long, the tops of your ears are being pulled away from you. Let's do 2 more. Reaching away, hinging back for 2. And 1. Come back up, and this time you're going to reach the left hand up. We're going to go into our thread the needle. So if it feels good, you might want to roll the ball a little bit forward when you do this. And then you might want to roll it a little bit back. Just see what works for you. The main thing is you're finding that rotation from the rib cage area as opposed to just from the hand, and your spine is long for 3. You can really actively push into that ball, 2, and push into that left foot, and 1. Come back in. Lovely. Now the next one, if it feels too much, please just adjust accordingly, okay? We're going to go into a bit more extension into the spine, but in any extension you must really keep a proper connection and awareness in the front of your body, in your ribcage area especially. So start small. I want you to really listen to my cues. I want you to tuck the tailbone under. I want you to come back onto the ball. Keep the ribs drawing down, and you're just going to roll back as far as is comfortable. Your hands are supporting your head, and then you're going to come all the way up. So you tuck the tailbone under, your eye line might drop down a little bit. You bring your body against the ball, you draw your rib cage down, and you see, can you go down a little bit further, keeping that connection in the front of your body. As I said, if this doesn't feel right, if you feel discomfort in your lower back, it's not the right move for you. Just reduce the range. Keep your bum muscles squeezed, and also make sure that you're engaging the front of your body. You're pulling your belly button to your spine. So a wonderful way to open up the hips, as well as getting that excellent extension into your spine. Let's hold on this next one if it all feels all right. And just breathe. So pushing the hips forward, breathe and hold. If it feels all right, you can reach the hands out. If that feels too much on your neck, then bring your hands back and just hang there. Push the hips forward. Breathe for 5, stomach scoops in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands behind your head and slowly come all the way back up. Now I want you to rotate round so that you are in a kneeling position, but your left leg is extended out and the ball is alongside you. And whenever you're ready, you're going to roll the ball to your right and reach up and over with that hand into a really lovely side bend, and then roll the ball back. Hand reaches away. Breathe in, lift up and out of that right waist. Reach, 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 and come back up. 2 more. Really feel that opposition between the foot that's on the floor and the hand that's reaching over. Again, our friends are in the room. One friend is pulling our foot away and the other friend of ours is pulling our hand away. Thank you, friends, you're very busy today. And then final one, reach up and over. Relax that right shoulder, make sure it's not tense. You're reaching and you're breathing for 3, stay there, 2, 1. Come back in and let's swap sides. This time the right foot comes over and then the ball comes over to your left, lifting up nice and tall, and then up and over, and then slowly coming back up. So just your side bends to begin with, really establishing the length and the connection in that right side, and that foot staying planted and heavy and grounded on the floor. Let's do 3 more. Really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Make sure you're breathing. And 2. Try to really go for that side bend as opposed to the hand starting to travel forwards or back. And all the way over, hold it here. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. And last one, amazing. Fantastic, come back in. Okay, this time I want you to sit onto the ball. So you're going to sit onto the ball. You can face forwards. I'm facing sideways just so you can see what happens to the side, but you just face whatever way feels right for you. Now you may have to adjust your feet accordingly once you roll back. So you're now sitting up nice and tall on the FitBall, and your feet are forward to the bend in your knees, and you'll see why in a minute. And at any time if you need to adjust your feet, then please adjust them. So you're really drawing your shoulder blades back, reaching fingertips forward. Breathe in, on the breath out, you're going to tuck your tailbone under. And you're going to peel and you're going to bring the ball forward. And you're going to reach your hands behind you. Now the hands might not touch the floor for the moment, and that's just fine. Just want you to do just a gentle rocking forward and back. Bringing your knees forward and back. Pretty small, pretty subtle. Make sure you feel stable on the ball. Just get used to this feeling. Make sure your stomach's engaged, your belly button's pulling in. Make sure this feels all right. If anything feels painful or you feel like it's a little bit unstable, then go into your child's pose. Nothing should feel bad. Okay, by now maybe your hands are starting to touch the floor. See if they can just rest on the floor now. And if that all feels all right, then nice and slowly I want you to reach one leg forward and then the other leg forward. And open your feet out quite wide so they're about the width of the mat. And you're just breathing and your stomach is scooped in. And I just want you to relax. I just want your shoulders to relax. And you're reaching those legs away from the fingertips and you're breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace your hands behind your head now. So you're now in a new position and your knees are bending to 90 degrees. And whenever it feels ready, you're just going to roll all the way up and around. So your legs are staying still and you're just going into a really nice circular movement in your thoracic, and your hands are just supporting your head. Your head is resting in your hands. You're not yanking your head up. Let's do one more circle. Again, if this doesn't feel right, you don't do it in this direction. And now let's swap the directions. Lower body staying nice and still so that you can really get this mobility into your upper back. This should feel good. I really hope it does, because it feels wonderful for me. Last one. And now let's just come back and let's go back to just that reach and that breathe. and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's gracefully dismount. Bring your bum down onto the floor. Just push the football back a little bit, and you have finished. How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling fantastic. Please do join me again soon. Take care. I do hope you enjoyed today's session. If you did enjoy it, then please do download my app. The link is coming up now. If you download my app, you will get a 7-day free trial period to try out loads of mobility sessions like this, workouts and challenges. If you don't enjoy it, no worries, cancel at any time, no questions asked, but hopefully you will love it. We can get fit and strong and really mobile together.